Good morning, caregivers. It is Monday, May 20th, and I'm Carol Howell with Let's Talk Dementia live on Facebook. I'm glad you've chosen to join me today. I would like to thank our sponsors, Life in the Carolinas at www.lifeinthecarolinas.com. Also on YouTube, Life in the Carolinas, where it's never a bad day for a good story. And also HD Imports, located on Flint Street Extension in beautiful Rock Hill, South Carolina. You can reach them at 803-985-0985. They are there to repair and maintain your Honda, Kia, Acura, Toyota, and Hyundais. They are the mechanic of choice for the Howell household and have been for years. Well, I wanted to spend a little time this morning giving you an update on the mama and this journey that we are on. We've been on her traveling this journey of dementia since 2006, and now we are traveling this journey of dying. And it actively started, Thursday, a week ago Thursday. So how many ever days that is? 12, 13 days. Has been an experience. I've gone through death experiences with my clients, gone through death experience with my dad, with my stepdad, and my brother-in-law passed not too many years ago. Well, this is just different. It really is. There's something about mamas, right? And mamas are just different. It has been in many ways a very beautiful experience. When I think about the death experiences that I have heard about from other folks where their loved ones died very painfully, and then I think about death experiences where the family did not get a chance to say goodbye. It was sudden. Just so many different ways that we pass. And I think the way my mom is doing it is very gracefully, just as she's just a graceful woman. She's always been very feminine. And so this is kind of going along with it. But I'm very thankful for that. The little woman's still with us. I don't know how. I really do not know how. So let's see, Thursday to Friday, no, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Yeah, so now we're 12 days since Mama's eaten anything. 12 days, y'all. My daughter said she couldn't go 12 minutes without eating. I mean, you know, it's just, us Howells, we start planning our next meal while we're eating this meal. So 12 days without food, that's just incredible. But we know we can go quite a long time without food, but we can't go a long time without water or liquids. But this little woman, all she has gotten, the most that she's gotten in any one day liquid-wise is she may have in that time had 2 or 3 days where we got cup and a half of Food Lion orange soda in her. And it's so funny, she'd be laying there and we would ask her, Mama, do you want something to drink? And she wouldn't open her mouth, so we would drop some on her lip with the straw. You know how you can get it up in the straw and then drop it down, and it would touch her lip and she would open up. And sometimes then she would proceed to drink out of the straw, and sometimes we would have to keep dropping it. But she would go, oh, heavenly. So she really likes that stuff. But now it's less and less. Yesterday, if she had 4 ounces, I'd be surprised. So the conversation has been going on in my head, and I started having that conversation with my daughter who came home and my husband about, should we maybe see about giving Mama some Ensure? Twice she has mentioned food. Once she said, something was said about food, and I said, Mama, are you hungry? And she said, no, but I could try. And then 3 seconds later, she's talking about something totally different. Then another time, something came up about food that I'm not recalling what it was. So, you know, your instincts when someone is sick or even dying is to do everything you can to stop that being sick and to stop that dying process. You want to help them, and certainly you want to give them food and water. But what I know is that the leading cause of death for individuals with Alzheimer's, what actually causes their death, besides the fact that their brain shuts down and their body quits working, but many times at that very last time, moments of life, death is brought on because of pneumonia that is brought on by aspiration, that is brought on because we force liquids and we force food. Goes down the wrong pipe. Now, what you don't want is for your loved one to choke to death. That is a horrific scene. That is horrific for them, for you. And then to think later that you could have avoided that by having not offered the liquid and the food. So I know this. But then I stand beside Mama and I hear her belly growl. And that's disturbing. So talked to my family about it, and then we talked to the hospice nurse about it yesterday with my little sister. And I said, what do you feel about, instead of giving Mama orange soda to drink, we give Mama Ensure? And he said, Carol, it's not going to make any difference. He said, the difference in calories between orange soda and Ensure is minimal, and makes no difference what she's drinking. She's still just going to drink what she wants. It's not going to postpone death, and it's not going to hasten death, as long as you're not forcing it on her and you're being careful. And you know, when Mama does start drinking from the straw every once in a while, and every once in a while she will, I don't let her continually drink. I pull it out and make sure she swallows what's there, because I can tell you, just that swallowing, when she gets through, she goes like she's wiped out. That's all she can take. That was a very tough conversation to have with the hospice nurse. And I'm going to tell you, he didn't tell me nothing I don't know, but I don't know. There is a disconnect going on between my brain and my heart. And when my clients call me, and I help my clients, and I'm Carol the practitioner, my brain's working. I'm not talking to you from my heart. I'm talking to you from my brain. What I know is logical. What I know is science. What I know makes sense. Right now, my brain has checked out and gone to Texas. I'm only talking from my heart. And that's not always my best decision. One of the hospice nurses said, I want you to quit being a dementia practitioner with your mama. I want you just to be her daughter. Which means I've got to pull on the resources of somebody who has a fully functioning brain. Fortunately for us, we have this wonderful hospice company. It's Hospice and Palliative Care of Charlotte. They're thinking for us, and I'm thankful for that. So that was tough. Decided, okay, we're going to give Mama some Ensure. So got the Ensure. Actually, it was Boost. Put the straw in it, and I said, Mom, it's chocolate. Taste it. And she took a fairly good swig of it through the straw. She actually sucked it. That was all she wanted. She didn't want any more. So all that worrying I was doing over whether I should offer Mama Ensure or whether I should keep her on the orange soda from Food Line was kind of useless worrying, because one way or the other, she still wasn't going to drink a bunch of it. She has said some funny things, y'all. I've been writing them down. She said some enlightening things, too. Things that make you know she's having conversations with the Lord. It's something. It is just an experience. One time she was sitting there or lying there in her bed. I was sitting beside her, and she went, oh, oh, oh. And I went over and I put my arms around her shoulders, and I'm like, Mama, what? What are you seeing? She said, it is so beautiful. I'm going to love it here. Wow. I was just like cold bumps, just cold bumps while Mama said this. But then 30 seconds later, she goes, I've been in the hospital. I'm like, okay. So was the hospital that beautiful, or were you seeing heaven? And then one time, now, you know, I get a little off color when I talk about my mama. Y'all just get used to it. One time she just scrolled up her face in pain, and she grabbed her side and she said, it hurts like shit. I'm like, Mama, what hurts? Because that's the first sign of pain we'd had. Mama, please tell me what hurts. And then she looks right at me. Instead of that looking through me business that she's been doing, focused on me. And she goes, you are crazy. Well, duh. We've been knowing I'm crazy. You have to know my mama, as I told you guys in the past, was married 3 times. And my daddy was, my sister's daddy, well, whatever. Their daddy was husband number 1, Wayne. And that marriage did not end happily. And Mama left that marriage with $20 in her pocket and the clothes she had on in her car, and she needed her blood pressure medicine filled. So she wasn't in too good of a financial shape. She came through all this very well. Thank you, Lord. But in one of my mama's moments, she goes, Wayne, Wayne. That's my daddy. Really loud. Her face is in a scowl, and she is not a happy woman. She goes, Wayne, Wayne, I want the house. Just cracked me up. I'm thinking, well, you about a day late and $1 short for getting that house, let me tell you. Makes you wonder how much of the truth of who we are comes out when we're lying there in this death state. You have to laugh, people. I've told you this from the beginning. If you don't laugh, my sister says, if you don't laugh, the top of your head's going to fly off, flames are going to spew out, and you are not going to look so good. You have to laugh. And Mama has brought moments of laughter to our world, even as she is passing. She told the caregiver, I don't want to go with my girls here. Now, did she mean I don't want to go to Walmart? Or did she mean I don't want to go to heaven? We don't know. But the hospice nurse did take me aside after I had been spending every night and every day. She said, Carol, I want you to give your mama some time alone, just her, all by herself, nobody in the room. Give her time in case she wants to die alone. And I do know many of my clients have experienced that as soon as they walked out of the room, their loved one passed. So I've been giving Mama that. And for the last 2 nights, I've come home and slept in my own bed. Oh, thank you, Jesus. You don't know how good your bed feels till you don't get to sleep on it. And you've been on an air mattress, which I'm thankful for, but it's still not your bed. Giving Mama time in case she wants to pass on her own. During the day, I go for walks in case for that time is when she needs to go. So giving her that time. It will be interesting to see which way my mama chooses. I believe that in many cases, we have the ability to decide that. I don't know what you guys think. You can tell me. But it's just been interesting. I thank you for watching this show and keeping up with my story. Life in the Carolinas, our sponsor quite some time ago, did an episode on their show called Remembering No More, which I've told you guys about, and it was started, and the show originated because of the CART fund for Rotary clubs, and CART stands for Coins for Alzheimer's Research Trust. And my mama became the face of that fund for the Rotary clubs. I'm hearing from a bunch of Rotary clubs that they're praying for us, that at their meetings they're having prayer for my mama. Oh my, can't think about that. Makes me want to cry. I hate to cry. Not gonna do it. Not gonna cry. Oh, it's ugly cry. But I thank you all for the sweet notes. I'm getting texts and messages from people I don't even know who are listening to the podcast or watching this show or Rotary Club members or whatever. So I thank you all for that. So check out Life in the Carolinas at www.lifeinthecarolinas.com. And when you're there, go to that show, Remembering No More. There's 2 episodes. There's two versions, rather, the long version and the short version, which they do use at Rotary Club meetings. Watch the long one. It's the best one. So I thank them for sponsoring our show and for HD Imports in Rock Hill, 803-985-0985. Well, I'm going to get a little bit more work done here in my house this morning, back in my office. It does feel good. Go to our website, Got Sneakers. Click on that picture and donate your sneakers at one of the locations that's listed there. We're getting a lot of good shoes turned in. We'll use that money for our upcoming caregiver retreat that we're going to hold in October, and I'm excited about that. Well, our verse for our scripture for each day until my mama goes to heaven, or until I decide I just don't want to use it anymore as our verse, but at least till mama goes to heaven, is that verse that she has planted in my brain since I was a little girl. Romans 8:28. Yep. For we know that all things work together for good to them that love God, who are the called according to his purpose. And that's even with my mama going to heaven. When she goes, whether I'm there or not, she's going. And she's going in God's timing. I'm thankful for that. Well, I hope you guys have a good day. Sorry I cried on you. I tried really hard not to. Oh, I told my family, I said, I'm going to do this, and I just need you to touch me. So my husband poked me in the chest real hard. Wasn't exactly what I had in mind. Have a good day. I'll be back here tomorrow at 8:15. I plan on, even if my mama passes, to come on and tell you guys that and try my best to keep this show going as much as I can. So have a good day. See y'all tomorrow. Bye.